Hello, gorgeous. Today is December the 11th, and I did an unboxing of the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot that I received in the Witch's Moon box subscription. So since I've done the review, I'm going to go ahead and use them and do my reading today. In the Witch's box subscription, I got a piece of art, and it had 1 through 13, so it's kind of like the full zodiac plus the extra to do like a full year read. And I'm not a fan of doing full year reads at all, just because I feel that things change day by day by day, and to try to predict an entire year, I just never think is a good idea to try to predict anything. Giving someone some feedback on what's going on in their lives and some direction, and spirit giving them what they need at that time is one thing, but trying to tell somebody what's going to happen a year from today, I think, is a bit presumptuous. So that's just my own personal belief system. To each their own. That's what makes the world go round and makes it so great. As I tried to do the read, my energy got sucked bone dry, and I couldn't even finish filming. It just wasn't going to fly. When I start to yawn, and get to the point where I can't even think straight anymore, my energy is just way too depleted. So I'm going to go ahead and work these new cards. And then I have a request from someone who wants to know more about the Nostradamus deck that I did a review on. So I'm going to go ahead and read that book cover to cover and go ahead and work those cards for her and see if I can't give her what she is looking for on those. So, okay, got my cards shuffled. Now let's get my Numerology deck out here. So I don't know if anyone else is going through this, but there's this really weird thing happening to me where I just got this overwhelming urge to do like spring cleaning, like just before Christmas. That's kind of weird. I don't know where it came from. I don't know why. I just felt the need to lighten and brighten and thin out and declutter. Almost like, that nesting you do before you have the baby. I'm certainly not having a baby, although my belly looks like it. Look like I'm about 9 months, maybe 12. But, so I don't know. It's just really strange. So I've been just doing a few things, and since I'm not very mobile, I have to do little teeny bits at a time. I'll get up and move a few things here, and then I have to lay in traction and then go back and do something else and then lay in traction. It's so freaking annoying, but hey, I just, I'll do what I gotta do to get it done. I'm just way too blessed to be able to complain about anything at all. So, oopsie. Just pulling out my cards there. Okay, so we got numerology and we got okay. So this right here, I love this sign. I got this for like $5 off like a local garage sale site. This I got from Witch's Moon. This is my little mascot right here. You know that, well, the cat's full black, but this is what my cat actually looked like back in the day, but then the cat just started to become entirely dark, to the point where I think at some point the cat will just become completely black, and then I'll just change his name to Smudge or something. So this was up on a shelf, so I thought I'll bring that down. So what I've done is just a few different transformations, and I'll show you. Up on my shelf, I had a bunch of stuff up there. I just thinned it out. I have kind of this, you can see I have a thing for my lanterns. I live right next to the ocean on an island. So I have kind of let me bring you up here. Kind of a tropically zen-y kind of thing happening. So over here I hung up my little seashell pictures. I changed out my pillows. I changed out my lamps. I've got my step stool over there still hanging stuff. I put my mirrors on my glass table over there. I have little twinkle lights around that crocodile and flower vase thing. And so I have the twinkle lights around it, kind of lights up. So I'm just kind of changing up the vibe a bit, just a little more, I don't know, light and bright. I had all my Halloween stuff up, so it was a little bit, you know, dark, and I don't know. I just felt I'm doing it in the bathroom, in the bedrooms, and in the kitchen. Who knows what's going on? Who knows? But if you're going through a similar thing, please comment below. Let me know, because I don't know what's happening. All right, so here we go with our numerology cards. We have the 10, which is the beginning, or an individual backed by spirit. So the beginning of spirit, something coming in, something ending, something coming in. You know, kind of the wheel, what goes around, what goes up must come down. So what's ending, which is usually the 9, if the circle was here, the 9, and now it's moving like the wheel, so karmic completion. By the way, if you notice, I want everyone to notice something. See the colorations that we have going on in the cards? There's a lot of color coding that goes on in tarot, especially in the Rider-Waite. So when you see like the gray color cards, those are kind of karma. When you see the bright yellow in cards, that has a lot to do with numerology 3, creativity, communication, collaboration. When you see the orange color, it has a lot to do with the individuality, the self. You know, I always tell people in the blue is representative of love. There's a lot of color coding that goes along with everything. So just a little interesting bit of information. Next, we have 3, creativity. Compassion. So 9 is completion. So, here come the yawns. 9 is completion. 9 is completion. So compassion. And then we have a timeout. So we have 3, which is creativity. We have 7, which is personal growth. Creativity with personal growth, sometimes you need to take a time out and kind of really see what's going on. 7 and 3 is 10. See that? 7 and 3 is 10, karma. And then we have 6, which is love, and we have 1, which is individuality. Love, the individual, self-love. Okay? So there is our numerology. Today is the 11th, so we have 12 and 11. So we have 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 17, so it's 8. So the numbers today are 1, 7, and 8, because 1 and 7, so we have our 1 and our 7, and then together 8, so manifestation. All right. I've already got these pretty well shuffled, but I'm just going to go ahead and do a few more. Out. Oh, missed one there. Missed one there. Yep, okay. Starting off strong with the Knight of Wands. Action. Knight of Wands. Look at the look on the horse's face there. That's intense. Knight of Wands. Wow. So we have fire energy here. Action. Whenever I think of wands, we have fire, I always think of like Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, not Scorpio, Sagittarius energy. Fire signs. Oh, yawns. Sorry. Now we have the World. So you have 10, 10, and 1. So you have karma on top of karma for the individual. And so we have 10 and 10. So we have 1 and 1 and 1, which is 3. Does everybody see that? 10 and 3. Karma, creativity. 10 and 10 and 1. So we have 1 plus 0 is 1. 1 plus 0 is 1. So 1 and 1 and 1 is 3. Connected. So you have the World. So the World represents completion, but yet you have kind of, it's like you have the world at your feet. You have everything available. You have the 8. Today is the day of manifestation. Oh, there's Leo. Oh, fire sign. Look at that. Leo. Strength. So we have 5 and 3, which is 8. So there's our 3 again. And there's our 8. So again, today's the day of manifestation. And here's your strength. Strength card. Taking action and strength. And look at this. We have 2 major arcana cards here, as well as a star seed number, as well as the karma card. So yeah, this is a strong read. We have 2, patience. Also represents sharing, coming together. 2, you know. And then we have self-love. So not just loving another, but loving yourself. What do we have here? See that? And you see the colors? If you notice the colors, we have the yellow coming in, creativity. We have the orange coming in, the self-love. And then we have, oh, look at that. There's our 3. There's our 3 again. Collaboration. Pentacles, domestic, home, family, work, money, life. Collaboration. All right, so what is going on? So anyone that's watching this right now that's seeing this reading, okay, that means that you're seeing this reading for a purpose. It is a general read, okay? So it's not for absolutely everyone in the universe, obviously. It's for those that are watching this and needing this message right now. So with this karma and the creativity and the compassion, you have to remember not just to have compassion for others, you have to have compassion for yourself. If you've done things to somebody else, you need to forgive yourself. For that, take time out, learn how to love yourself. When you understand yourself, understand who you are, and love yourself, you're such a better person to you as well as everyone around you. It's a ripple effect. Everything you put out into the world is like a drop into a small pond where it just ripples out and it touches, it affects everyone and everything. So if you're putting good out into the world and caring about others and sacrificing for others and worrying about others, you're putting really good energy out into the world. But don't forget, those ripples don't always come back to you in the way, shape, and form that you need. If you're not getting your love and respect from others, give it to yourself. That's what I do, for sure. I know that whatever I'm doing and saying and putting out in the world is I try to make it the best that I can. When I flub and when I get angry or get hurt and I lash out and I say and do things to hurt others, when I've realized what I've done, I've always make up for that, either within myself or I let the other person know, hey, look, I messed up. I'm sorry. I asked for forgiveness. And it's not willy-nilly, and it's not, I really mean it. And then it's also saying that I'm not going to go and do it again and again and again, and then just say, sorry, sorry, sorry. If you're doing that, then you're a piece of garbage and you're just manipulating people and using people, and you should be ashamed of yourself. And that's why people end up carrying that bad energy to the next world with them, and why we have these entities that are angry and suffering, because they carry all this with them. You have to let it all out now. If you're messing up, just own up to it, realize what you're doing, change it, and move on. And if you're out in the world causing havoc, you have to stop. And you have to, figure that out. And if other people are doing it and they don't want to change, then you have to separate yourself from those people. But be careful when you're doing that. Make sure you know exactly what it is that you're doing. Sometimes it's really good to take a break to get perspective. Taking this time out to take, to get that perspective that you need. Charging in, coming in hot is just not very often a good plan of action. You know what I mean? Strength isn't, bam, bam, bam kind of strength. Strength in order to control the line. If you look at, there's a gentleman who works with, his name is Mr. Richards. I don't want to say Keith Richards because it's not right, but Richardson, I believe is his last name. But he works with hyenas and lions, and they call him the Lion Whisperer. And he can work with them in a way that no one's ever seen before. And it's because he doesn't just try to dominate them and control them. He becomes one of them. He learns what they need, what they want, how they communicate. He doesn't ask them to do what he wants. He does what they need and communicates with them in their language. And that's why they honor and respect him as part of their tribe. And it's really magical how he does that. And he doesn't lash out in anger in a human sense. He responds to them in the way that the animal can respond well to. It's just, it's such a beautiful thing to see. It's like with anything else. If you have someone in your life who doesn't respond well to some way or something, maybe adjust what you're doing to help and suit them in a way that will be beneficial, and they'll understand it, and it's in their language. And that's something I'm working on and learning in regards to my own daughter. Is I've realized that I've been communicating with her in my language, not hers. And I don't mean that literally, but it's hard. It's hard to do. It takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of energy. So, you got to take time out and really figure it all out. But the good thing is I have so much good karma in the bank that things usually turn out the way that they need to. And I have faith as well. So that's what I see for today. I'm not doing oracle cards today just because I was really kind of focusing on just using these cards. So I'm going to take a look at the bottom of the deck to see if we have any further messages here. Sometimes at the bottom of the deck, it'll tell you a story or give you further information. And sometimes if you look at the bottom of the deck, you can just say automatically, like this is not the case. And I would usually never go more than 4 cards deep to see if there's a message there. If there is like a whole story, I'll just keep going if there's a story being told. But I can already tell with this 2 of Swords that we don't have swords or going on, but we do have a 2 here. We have the 2 of Cups. Cups are our emotions and our feelings, and 2 is patience. And so right here we have this 2. So with this 2, with her swords, she's blindfolded, but she's free to take the blindfold off. And she's guarded. Okay? So she's finding things hard to face. Finding things hard to face with this Two of Swords. We have the One of Swords, the beginning. Over here, so with this Karma card, so we have Karma, which is karmic completions, the end, but then the beginning. So ending up here with, you know, starting anew, starting a new way of thinking, a new way of processing the information. Next I have, it's another 2. So I kind of feel like we've got this run of 2s going on. So we have the 2 of Pentacles. So we do have Pentacles here. So 2 is patience. So having patience, having to do with domestic, meaning home, job, money, family, between 2 things. Kind of between 2 people, juggling between 2 things, something going on here, and having patience. And then, again, 2, because you have the Lovers. And we have the Lovers, and we have 5 and 1, which is 6. So that brings in our 6 here. So we have another 2, and then bringing in the 6. Lovers. So don't forget about this self-love. Okay? With another, when it comes to somebody else, not just loving them, but loving yourself as well. And then, like I said, today is 8. Today's the day of manifestation. So there's your 8, and we have the Wands coming in. So the 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands usually kind of, someone's defensive. Needing to defend or feeling defensive. Like, you know, look at all this coming at you with this 8. And lastly, because I do feel like that's the last card, is the Page of Cups. So a message of love. Cups are love and emotion. So an emotional message. I feel like this is a message of love. This self-love. So it's really important. Karma, creativity, compassion, taking a time out, self-love. There's a message of love here. Okay? So take this in for what it is. You know how to apply this best because you know yourself best and you know what's going on in the situation. So you know exactly how this is applying to you way more than I do. But you know what's going on. And this time out and this self-love, you know this is important. Like, I almost feel like this is something that you needed to hear because kind of feel like you're feeling kind of isolated and alone in this in some way. And, but you're not. You're not, though. You feel that way, but you aren't. They're well, if I start going into it, it's just going to be a bit much. I'm just going to leave it at that. And if anyone needs any further information, comment below. Let me know if you have any questions. Again, I do free readings. If you want to message below and let me know if you're interested, I'll get in touch with you. They're 100% free. I do them because I feel like it puts good in the world. And if I can help somebody get through whatever they're going through spirit, I'm happy to do so. Absolutely happy to do so. So thanks for watching, and make sure to like, click, subscribe, do all that internet stuff, and keep watching, and hopefully I will hear from you soon, and we'll do a reading and see what's going on. Have a wonderful day.